They told you everything was waiting for you. They told you everything was set in stone. And now you're feeling like a different ending. Sometimes you gotta write it on your own. It's a perfect book. A word in reverse. A brand new hook. Forget that curse. It's a rebel heart. Literally, I could fill this episode out with me just singing the Ever After High lyrics, but I won't. That's not nice. Let's talk. Let's talk about the show. That's what we're all here for. Um, yeah, I wanted to do Ever After High because, um, because looking at my wall prints, it's on there. So I'm gonna talk about some of them on here. Um, so yeah, so probably to expect to hear like the shows from, I don't know, next to Ever After High is Demon Slayer. May or may not, may or may not dive into that. Julie and the Phantoms, probably we'll talk about Julie and the Phantoms. Um, Coraline, yeah, maybe Coraline. I've not spoken about Coraline yet. There's also Monster High. I'll probably talk about Monster High, yes. Book of Life, yes. Just did Shadowhunters, of course. Invincible, maybe. High Rise Invasion, maybe. Hilda, maybe. Nausicaa Valley and the Wind. Oh, but Nausicaa and the Valley of the Wind, actually, that might be an episode for another time because oh yeah, because I have done a Gilby episode already, but I kind of want to talk about my Gilby favorites, which are probably, I think altogether my Gilby favorites is four. But yeah, let's move on. Like, let's dive in. But I just wanted to explain to you guys about the fact that this is me doing like a wall print series. That's basically what it's to do with. It's to do with me, yeah, me talking about wall prints that I have, um, and some of the different, yeah, some of the different shows and movies. Because on my wall, there's like a mix of things. There's obviously like there's anime on there, there's movies, there's series, and there's anime, and then there's others. You know, like we have Timothy on here. So do you know what I mean? It's not really. You guys will be like, is it following an order? Is it following a lineup? No, it's literally just random. It's literally just random. But I thought I would start Ever After first because it's a very nostalgic show for me. Probably probably next to it would be, yes, Monster High. I feel like Monster High and Ever After High, like they're both made around that time, and then I feel like they're both, aren't they both from like Mattel? Like I meant they're both the same. What does Mattel? Is Monster High Mattel though? I feel like they are, but let me fact check that because obviously, like I just mean that Monster High and Ever After High, they're both dolls. So um yeah, so okay, exactly, right? Monster High, exactly. I was like, yes. So that's what I'm saying. They're both under Mattel, right? Because Ever After High is a fashion doll franchise released by Mattel in 2013. And then obviously Monster High was launched by Mattel in 2010. Wow. This is like, this episode for me, like, this is a huge deal because it's like, this is me taking a walk. It's me taking a walk, taking um, or basically, what I mean to say is my inner child is speaking this episode right now. Do you know what I mean? She's the one who's doing this. She said, I want to talk about Ever After High because I love it. And I said, good for you. But I feel like when I think of me watching Ever After High, I don't think that. I think I found Monster High before Ever After High, though. To be honest, I do obviously remember watching Ever After High when I was little, younger. But I feel like Monster High, obviously, like I just said, Monster High came before Ever After High. Anyways, it was in 2010, so I think I was definitely, yeah, more into Monster High. So yeah. Like, yeah. But I think to myself, like, I mean, maybe I might do this as a like as them together side by side. Monster High and Ever After High might be them Sam packaged or Sam packaged. I mean, jumbled in with each other, right? Because like Monster High, so Ever After High is about like fairy tale characters, right? And then I guess Monster High is like obviously it's your monsters, it's your werewolves, your vampires, and your ghouls, and I don't know what else. Wait, hold on. I was like, how many different people? I mean, are Monster High, and you have like what's her name? You have Cleopatra, well Cleo, and she's like I don't know. Yeah, like what is it? Representing horror is it's like wait. Yeah, so famous monsters and other mythical creatures. So and it allows all species of monsters to enroll in it. And this is in contrast with other schools that exist in the franchise fantasy world. I mean I mean I feel like Ever After High has that as well though. Like Ever After High does also have monsters in their school too. Like, do you know what I mean? Because obviously, because there's people from fairy tale stories, look, so Monster High features a variety of fictional creatures, many of them being students at the titular high school. The female characters are called ghouls, and the main characters are called monsters. And while the franchise was first introduced, the characters were generally the sons of daughters of monsters that have been popularized in fiction, and then in later years it expanded to to also feature characters inspired by other various types of mythical creatures, such as figures from folklore, mythology, and pop culture. So that's what I'm saying. I feel like Monster High and Ever After High have that in common. If you think about it, they're not really that different. But that's not even to say anything like that, like to say boo, like do you know what I mean? It's not to say anything like that, but they are obviously quite both synonymous, I feel like. So because yeah, you have Frankie Steen. She's the daughter of Frankenstein's monster and his bride. So that's why I'm saying, like, think right. These are like obviously mythological creatures, and then Dracula, Cleo Denial. Sorry, I was thinking of the song in it. What is it? Cleo's got me falling. I mean, yeah, Cleo's got me falling apart. Dracula still in my heart. Claudine makes a howl at the moon. You see, and then is Lagoon. Clear Now, you so devout, even though wait. Clear Now, you are so devout, even though you act so vile. And Deuce has stone cold style. These are my boos, my skeleton crew. A little strange, but so are you. Like crazy. No, so Claudine Wolf, she because hold on, wait, back. I was doing character lineup, right? Sorry. Good now is the daughter of the mummy pharaoh, Ramesses Denau, and she's the captain of the fear leading squad. And she is the queen of the social scene and has a boyfriend named Deuce Gorgon. Yeah. Her and Deuce are weird though, but let's move on. Let's move on. I guess no, I'll talk about law afterwards, but not too crazy though. Not too crazy. Claudine Wolf is the daughter of a werewolf. Yes, fair. But then I feel like she's not. So that's what I'm saying. She's not really any character that we do know. And then also Laguna Blue is not either, and she's the daughter of a sea monster. And then Gula Yelps. So yeah, she speaks some Mandingo. Yeah, I like Gula. And Amy Bombable. I love Amy Bombable. I feel like, oh my gosh, if I had to pick, like, I think I should say that. Like, actually, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do my favorite character or characters from each, right? From Monster High, Never After High, right? I feel like my favorite character from Monster High Oh, it's the one. She's got like red hair, and she also has like, and then she has Yeah, hold on a second. I'm finding it though. I'm finding it. I'm finding it. Oh wait, yes, operetta. Like, okay, because I used to play operetta on because there was the Monster High. Hold on a second. There was the Monster High game. Like, what's the one? It's like you could obviously. I still have that game now because obviously I still own my 3DS. It's like nostalgia, but no, like I still have my Monster. I still have my DS, my 3DS. And then I have that game card still. It's the Monster High, like yeah, like what's it called? I need to find it though, guys, because there's so many of them. Oh, okay, see, Monster High had loads of games back then in that time era. But the one that I have is Scholarmate. Yeah, Scholarmate Roller Maze, and I used to either do. I mean, I did all of them. No, I used to play all of them, all the characters on that game. But mainly like I did like operetta and I also did Dracula and I mainly did Claudine. Sometimes Frankie, but not anything crazy. I don't know. I don't know if because Frankie, she feels like the main character, but I wouldn't really say that she's like I wouldn't say that she's my favorite or anything. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't really say that she is my favorite character. Like obviously I do think Operetta is my favorite character. Or either uh who's the other one? Who's the other one I'm thinking of? Hold on a second. You guys are like, what? And I'm like, no, just hold on. Just hold on. Um I need to find this character that I'm thinking of. Oh, I'm looking of Laguna Blue, right? I mean Lagoon yeah. Laguna Blue, right? Yes. I'm thinking of Laguna Blue, okay? And then it's crazy, and I had most of the dolls as well. I still have them. Like but this is the thing. People will be like, "Oh, why do you hoard your dolls?" But I'm like, I'm hoarding them to pass them down to my children. Okay? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. People will be like, "What?" And then but I find it so weird, but I don't use them. They're just literally safekeeping. Like this is the thing. People don't get it. They don't get the bigger picture. But it's like when we when we leave home, right? Those toys are coming with me. Okay. Or not even. I guess actually that's long. I don't think for your first move, you'd want to take your dolls. You'd have to come back. I feel like. Do you know what I mean? It's not a thing where you'd be able to take them. Um, yeah, it's not a thing where you'd be able to take them the first time you move because moving is treacherous. Not that I have, but yeah, not that I've sorry, not that I've ever moved anywhere. I'm just saying that like moving is as a whole is treacherous. So I'm saying I wouldn't want to um move like take those on my first move. I mean, it'd just be a thing where I'd have to come back to the family house. I have to come back and I'd have to get them, and then yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I know you guys are probably thinking, "Oh my god, why don't you want to buy your kids new toys?" No, the thing is, I don't want to buy the new. I will buy the new toys actually. Just I'm like, why are you guys giving my business? But I will buy them new toys. It's just the old ones hold sentimental value, so we said they should use them. You know what I mean? Well, now that I'm looking at the Laguna Blue doll, yeah, like back to the dolls, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't think I ever got the one that I'm looking at right now was where it came with her, where she had a fishbowl with her, but I don't think I had that. I don't think that she came with a fishbowl. It does look like the one that I had, but then I don't think that it's the same. One thing I do like about I mean I think the structure of the Monster High dolls is that obviously they were always quite flexible. Like, do you know what I mean? You guys might be like, what were you trying to do with them? But don't make it weird. I just mean like toys need to be bendy. Do you know what I mean? You can't have them not be bendy. Like you need to be able to bend them around the place. And yeah, you need to be able to bend them around. And like obviously toys are made out of plastic, so it's just like you have to be gentle. Um which is crazy. But it's like when I watched the Barbie film and we were like, oh my gosh, like we all had the same kind of growing up like with Barbies in general, and the fact that people had weird Barbies, and the fact that I don't know, people were probably lighting their Barbies on fire. Like I was like, I wasn't doing anything crazy like that, but that would have been crazy because obviously we know plastic melts in it. So I was like, I was like, I've never done that. But then I was like, of course, when you're a child, you do like crazy stuff with your dolls. You know, not in a weird way. You just do crazy stuff with them. I'm like not in a weird way, but also yes. Um, also yes, but you're free to do whatever you want with your dolls. That's what I'm saying. So, anyways, obviously, when I was saying back to main character, back to my favorite characters, yes, either Laguna Blue or Operetta. And I'm like, you guys will be like, why is it Operetta? But I'm like, just like Operetta. I like her, obviously, yes, her whole style. Yeah. If I was to ever do like, yeah, if there was ever to do a dress up kind of thing, I think I would dress up as Operetta. Or probably, I don't know, it's crazy because sometimes you think about when you want to dress up as characters, it's like the idea of, oh my gosh, I want to dress up as this character because she's the same color as me. Like, do you know what I mean? I think I felt that way with like, yeah, with like strawberry shortcake. But then I'm like, the only reason why I feel like that is because society makes it be that way. They want to just, I don't know, conform people in boxes and tell them like, yes, dress up as your race. Don't dress up in any other way. Like, you know what I mean? But and Operetta, she's not even. I don't know. She is. She's. I don't even know what color Operetta is. Like, um, yeah, I don't know what color Beretta is. Like she's okay, she's purple, so you know what I mean? She doesn't even have a color. You guys be like, she doesn't even have a race. If you guys want to get technical, then they'll be like, I bet you it'll be a thing where if you ask anyone, they'd be like, no, Beretta's white. I'd be like, what? Are we looking at the same image? She's white. I mean, she's purple. I was like, what are you guys talking about? Obviously, she's. Oh, yeah. Operetta is a phantom and a student at Monster High. I swear, Operetta's thing, like, I think they obviously all have, like, powers, of some sorts, right? Yeah. She's so right. I think I cling to Operetta because she sings, right? And that she's skilled with the guitar and organ and enjoys playing for audiences. I think that's my appeal to her. Like out of everybody, like you know what I mean. I like Claudine Wolf. I always have. Like she's obviously a werewolf and she's really pretty and she has like purple brownish hair. Yeah, purple brownish hair, and she's got her ears at the top of them, right? And I've always liked. She also have like she has a helix as well. Or a cuff, actually. Yeah, a cuff on her ear, right? So I've always liked that about her too, Claudine Wolf. But then I think, like, do you know what I mean? I'm just to myself, I can't. I'm like, I can't picture myself to be a werewolf. Not that that's, I'm just you guys are like, what? But I'm like, no. I'm realistically speaking, I'm just like, oh, operetta as a singer, and obviously yes, opera, and I'm like, I like opera and I like singing, so that was always my thing with operetta, and I think I was when I first saw operetta, I was like, yeah, I was drawn to her. I was like, wow, operetta is great. And I guess just out of all of them, I was like, yeah, she's great. But anyways, okay, I feel like I did explain about what Monster High is about. Um, both Monster High and Never After High, that obviously they both have in common that they both have had loads of films and spin-offs, like dearie me. There were so many films back then of both of those things, of both of them, in that time. It was very, very funny. But no, like I liked some of them too. Like I liked some of the spin-off films. I'm sure there was that one where what's that? No, the Monster High film that I'm thinking of. The witch. The. Is it the witches one? Or hold on, actually, I'm gonna search it quickly. So Monster High. Yeah, Monster High films. Um, yes, Monster High 13 Wishes, and also Monster High Boo York, Boo York, Boo York, and then I don't know what other one. Oh yeah, Monster High. Why do ghouls fall in love? I think I watched that one. I never watched Monster High Friday Night Frights. That one, look, it has the I mean, this one has the roller skating, like the one I was talking about, the roller skating game. So that's also a good one. I feel like I should watch that one. The only reason also then, like another thing I wanted to also do this Ever After thing is because I was like, oh, I started rewatching Ever After again. Like just the other day, like 2 days ago. I only watched episode one. So and yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, like yeah, it was sad because I was, and I think Ever After High, and I think to myself, if you think more about Ever After High's plot than Monster High's, I don't know, it has something more. It has something more like appealing to it, like the fact that like Raven doesn't want to, yeah, she doesn't want to fit into a box or into a narrative of being evil. Like, you know what I mean? And who wants to be evil? You know what I mean? Not like not like her mother, of course, because her mother, yes, loves to be evil, but like she doesn't want to be evil. And it's like there's nothing wrong with that. She doesn't want to be evil. Like, who wants to be evil? So Raven Queen, and it's just like, yeah, I felt so sorry for her. Do you know what I mean? She was like, she obviously in episode one, right? She's up there. I think, what was it that they call it? Something day. I forgot what it's called. Wait. Yeah, I forgot what the thingy bob is called, right? But they would go up on them and they'd say, "Oh yeah," they take a pledge and then they do that whole thing, and that's what the episode one's basically about. They're like, oh my gosh, I pledged to follow the story that's been written for me. And we're like, but why would you want to follow a story that's already been written for you? That's so weird. Right. And that's why I guess they have the divisions of rebel and royal, and then the royals, yeah, the royals want to like be who they are and they want to stick with the story and stick to the script. And the rebels, they want to do whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I guess I think to myself, if I lived in Ever After High, or I was like, if I was a character in Ever After High, I would definitely be a rebel. I said, what am I doing? What am I doing? Letting somebody write my own story. Like, what? I'd be like, you guys can't do that. You know what I mean? And I think, even us as humans, we make jokes and we're like, oh, who's writing our story? Because this is crazy. You know what I mean? So I'm like, no, don't write my story. Give me the pen, right? Let me, let me make it up. It's crazy. Oh, but then obviously I have to do what did for the other one, which is say who my favorite, yeah, who my favorite Ever After High character is. And when I was watching it the other day, I think, yes, it's Cheshire Cat's daughter. Yeah, Cheshire Cat's daughter, but yeah, Kitty Cheshire. I like her, but I don't. I think there's somebody else as well. Sorry, there's Cheshire. Yeah, the Cheshire Cat, but there's also somebody else. I do like Briar Beauty as well. I do like Briar Beauty. Um, she's great. You know what was crazy though? When I think about the fact with Ever After High, is it's like I never had any Ever After High dolls. I had Monster High, so that's what I'm saying. It's like I have more. That's what I said in the beginning. I have more of allegiance. Allegiance. I have more of a allegiance or loyalty to Monster High than Ever After High, but I'm glad that I know of Ever After High and that I know of the characters. Oh, Throne Coming? No, it's not Throne Coming. But anyways, I'm still trying to think about who else I like in there. I also like, of course, um I like Red Riding Hood's daughter as well. Yeah, Cheshire Hood. I like her. She's very pretty, and she's got a streak, and I like, a good streak is nice. Um, thinking of who else. Yeah, I'm thinking of who else, but and that's what I really like. I just like that about Ever After High. Like, there's so many different characters. You also have, I swear, in Ever After High, you also have like the Huntsman's. You have the Huntsman's son or something. I feel like, yeah. Yeah, you have Hunter Huntsman. The way that they did his name, alliteration. I said sorry, I couldn't even say it. It was giving. It was like it was sitting on my tongue, and I was like, I can't even speak. But yes, and then obviously there's him and Ashlyn Ella, and I think Ashlyn Ella is uh yeah, Ashlyn Ella is, wait, I forget who she is again. Is she's Cinderella, right? So right. And you see what I mean? You see what I mean about the rebel and royal thing? Like she's supposed to be Cinderella, and that means her story really she's supposed to end up with another role, right? But she actually likes Hunter Huntsman. He's a rebel. So we're like, yes, break the rules. Be with people that you're not necessarily supposed to be with, right? Which is crazy. So, and it's crazy. It's crazy. It's funny. It says Ashton's interests are divided over three topics: shoes, nature, and Hunter Huntsman. Sorry. Why is he in her lineup? We said amen. But yeah, Ashton enjoys long strolls in the enchanted forest and getting her hands dirty with earth and plant materials. And she dates his interests. She shares his interest with Hunter, whom she dates despite not being allowed to the mixed feelings of the other students. Do you know what I mean? She loves Hunter Huntsman and she doesn't let anybody stop her. Also, oh my gosh, another one of my favorite characters as well, but I'm like, but I'm joking. That's the Prince Charming, but like, no, not him though, but Dexter Charming, right? Dexter Charming is great, and he's way better than his brother though, because that's daring Charming. Then you have Dexter, and I'm like, Dexter's the better brother, real Stefan and Damon esque. We're like, who's the better brother? And I'm like, it's it's Dexter. I'm sorry. Like, I can't say anything else. Like, he is the better brother. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you. I'm also meant to be doing an episode on Vampire Diaries like next up. So that's the next one on the list. So yeah. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Yeah. Watch Ever After High if you haven't already. I mean, you probably have. This is what I mean. This is for my girlies. This is for my girlies and people who remember the dolls and remember like what it was to like be immersed in that time. Do you know what I mean? To be immersed with so many different dolls. Um and just everything. I feel like even doing this episode, I'm like, I wish I'd had Ever After High dolls, but I didn't. I missed out. I missed out. But then I'm like, I had the series too, and then the series was great, and I got to be able to hear that great intro that never gets old. Like, neither the Monster High or the Ever After intros, none of them get old. Like, that's why I sang both of them to you guys. And they both are timeless. Like, if anything, you guys might stop listening to the episode, then you might want to go and listen to the Never Monster High theme song, or the Ever After High theme song, and they're both great. And they both have great music videos as well. But yeah, that's all I have to say. That's all I have to say. You know me, I can usually yap for the longest of times, but I was like, let's keep this short and sweet, right? Okay. But yeah. So watch Ever After High if you don't know of it already. Um, Even though you might not want to. This is the thing. People will always have this idea of like, oh, the show's too childish, so I'm not gonna watch it. And then that's the whole thing. Like, even on the subject of like, I don't know, cartoons or animated stuff, but then I'm like to myself, there's adult animation in it, and then there's actually stuff that are actually for kids. I watch both, so no judgment here, but I generally, that's what I'm saying to you guys. If you want to watch a Rafty High, you can. There should be no scrutiny, no magnifying glass. Shoot whatever you want to do, like, you know what I mean? Because when I mentioned, of course, in this episode, there's also another one that I would talk about, which is Hilda, and that's basically another uh you could say animated like animated series, right? And I feel like Hilda though is very much for kids, but I mean, like, you know what I mean? I meant like it's made for kids and you can feel that. But yeah, there's just a difference between adult animation and and animation. But then even then, because when I think about like Hayao Miyazaki and I think about how he says that like animation is not always just for children, like it's an art form, that like he says it's bigger than just, oh, it's made for children. And he's so right, because why do people have that idea or that notion? It's just like it's so outdated. It's so outdated, it's boring, no one wants to hear it anymore. I'm gonna watch, I don't know, the In the Night Garden and no one can tell me anything. I actually didn't mean to use that reference, but I actually still listen to it in that In the Night Garden theme, and I think that's something that's like locked in me, that like, you know, grows up on In the Night Garden theme, and you'd obviously use that theme to go to sleep. So I think that something in me still clutches onto it because it's nostalgic and helps you get to bed. So yeah. But anyways, thanks for listening and see you in the next one.